Oh, welcome to the cast of the Halloween Cup final, my little 1v1 side event to my currently ongoing 3v3 tournament. We have Henry versus Ensus Arg here, and I set the cap of the tournament to 1600 elo this time around. One of the express tournaments I'm running on the channel. This Henry guy seems like a good player. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if we get to roast him for any unfortunate events here. So Halloween is the theme, and that's why we have some details here, like the map being graveyards. The first one, it's actually a standard, standard definitive edition map, but yeah, tends to be somewhat unbalanced. If you have a look at the lake in the back here, which Henry is about to discover, he could comfortably. He didn't because he hadn't scouted it yet. But if Henry had scouted this initially, I think he would actually consider doing the Lithuanians hybrid map build order here, with going straight to wood with 5 builders first, and then focus on food, and then get some fishing ships out. Or maybe not actually. There's only 4 deep fish, 5 deep fish, and it's a bit spread out. Maybe it's not the best ever. But anyway, Lithuanians, since they started extra food, can focus on wood earlier and get the fish boom rolling. And this lake is also going to be very hard to contest for the opponent here. Ensus here with the Malians, also a good hybrid map civilization, so saving wood on each and every wooden building. But Lithuanians able to contest that as well with their extra starting food. Wars tend to spawn power red, like here. They are behind the woodland for Ensus, not ideal at all, but that's the cost of using these not so often and not optimized for competitive play map. And yeah, even in the middle of all the strangler trees here for Henry could be a bit of an issue. But he is going to dock here, even with a little bit of a, yeah, should we call it quick wall, mini wall. Henry says he used Lithuanians every time, and that makes sense. If you look at the relic count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 relics, unless I'm mistaken. 11, in fact. And since Lithuanians get +1 attack per relic for their knights up until +4, it's going to be easy to cash out on that modus here with Lithuanians. The relics disposition at least not favoring Henry that much on this map, though. As these 3 should of course be easily obtainable, but they're still far away from the starting location. And so loves his rushes, and that's exactly what's up to this time around again. With Henry on point here, he might have been lots of open space here, but still a hole potentially for later. Henry may or may not have watched me cast some of Ensus's earlier game. Ensus really likes to rush. Does it a lot of the time on these open maps. And just like I did on the Graveyards when I tried the instant rush with Lithuanians, Henry runs into not just 1 but 2, 3 wolves. This is this is more like a Gold Rush wolf rush at this point. And yeah. Half of the rush is dead before it even reaches this base, so Henry can thank not himself but Gaia for not being subject to the rush at all this game. We'll see if Ensus finds a way to deal damage here, but it looks almost impossible by the way, with the way Henry is currently walling. Henry's starting scout has taken a little bit of a hit though, so that might go down. Any scouts opening might get nerfed by that as well. But with the fishing come, Henry could just almost justify just going straight fast castle here as well. But the golds are a bit exposed, so maybe some feudal militia investment will be needed here. Down it goes. Scout, and we'll be getting some damage here after all, Ansys, but no villager kill so far, delaying a house a little bit, but Henry, that is not going to cause Henry to get housed. It's got decent enough pop base here. Good Age only 30 seconds away for Henry now, more than enough wood here to drop the stable and, well, barracks stable, but we'll need a barracks here first, so any scouts, if it's a plan at all for Henry here, that is going to be quite delayed. So maybe the drush had some effect after all. Oh, so annoying, standing in the lumber camp placement. Oh shit, I have the wrong game. In case anyone was wondering, this is not Age of Empires 4, this is Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition, but I know how easily they can be mistaken with the amazing graphics of Age of Empires 2. And it's basically all wood here. 5 fishing ships, dropping the stable, but with the fish food from the naval investment should still be able to pump out scouts with no problem whatsoever. Very compact base here, so if Ensus is planning an archer's follow-up, it's going to be difficult to deal any damage here, as maybe get some sneak hits on the wood line from behind here, but then again you'd need to pass all the way in the back of Henry's base. Found a hole, and Ensus is walling off here as well. It's should be able to get the walls up before Henry gets the first scout over to Yellow's base here, I think. But there are hills. Ensus is spawned in the middle of a ditch here, so we could actually use that hill advantage to deal more damage against the walls as well. Ensus still in the Dark Age, but 40 seconds to go. Again, I don't think Henry will hit Ensus's base in time to break through the Dark Age walls here. Oh, panic walling here for the Malians player. There's the Butte for Ensus R as well, right? Oh, is it Rush past Castle? Blacksmith range. 28 pop. Yeah, might be. 5 gold. Out comes the first Spearman, and Henry's Scouts investments won't really be doing too much here. Other than giving map control, of course. I mean, there's army out on the field, which Ensus needs to deal with, so Henry can move and expand across the map more freely. See him taking the gold here before not really walling it in anything particular here. Henry is the one with the map presence and control, while Ensus is confining himself to home base here in the little ditch that is the Malian's base here, with hills around everywhere. Imagine having siege or cavalry archers here, even you'd deny almost everything here. Crossbows. And you'd get that hill bonus boost as well. Yeah, scouts just scouting about, not really finding any particular damage here. They will use the hit advantage to focus down the stray spearmen here, taking a 1 hit, but good engagement there regardless. Doesn't lose a single unit. 5-1 KD for Henry here. And ceased creating scouts. Now he only needs the gold to go to the Castle Age, and has more than enough food, as you can see here. A preemptive tower on the gold just in case Ensus gets any archers out on that area though, so I like that. Henry is going to commit to a 1,000 center extended play here anyway, and just pump out knights out of 2 or 3 stables here, so might as well just secure the gold just in case. A second dock, so I don't think it's. I mean, it diminishes the travel distance for the fish here, but more importantly, it allows for you to place fish traps around both these docks later on. And I mean, 7 fishing ships might already be too much for the amount of deep fish here, but when you place the fish traps, you have an almost unraidable food source unless the opponent docks. So that's the idea behind this. It's like safer farms, so to speak. On PC all the way indeed. Crossbow is in for Ensus. And Ensus with a decent scouting, of course. Did have the rush forward, so he knows the location of Henry's main gold. I like how Henry is walling here in front of the tower so that you can't sit underneath the tower with the crossbows either. Garrisoning the tower, it doesn't have any upgrades, so very limited range in that regard. Actually, the crossbows don't have bodkin either, that's just on the way in. Crossbow play here by the Malians, who will be needing some camels soon enough, I think, to deal with the Lithuanians' masses. And just with gets valuable scouting intel here as well. It sees that 3 stables should definitely consider some kind of switch here, mixing some bonks maybe. Food count doesn't really warrant any cavalry investment here. Like I said, ballistics comes in. That's good call actually to deal with cavalry, but Henry will be pumping out knights on all 3 stables here, meaning that the numbers of knights will easily be able to contest the crossbows soon enough. +2 defense as well. Yeah, that food count is ridiculous. It's 19 on food to 7 on food here. And we haven't even started fish trapping yet. And just doesn't take any chances here, pulls the crossbows back home to keep them inside the walls at home to defend. A defensive monastery goes up as well. I think it's mainly for defensive purposes, but of course you want to try and collect some of the relics here as the Malians as well to deny them of the Lithuanians, if you can, but way too many relics here to deny the Lithuanians the bonus. I'd say Lithuanians and Aztecs are the go-to picks on this map, if you ask me. It's Aztecs will benefit from the relics as well with extra gold, and Mesosivs with gold. They are not to be messed, or should I say messled around with. But then again, Lithuanians have better mobility, and if you had Lithuanians Aztecs here, which I've seen many times on this map, that kind of renders the Aztecs infantry play, like the Eagle Warriors especially, useless, because if the Lithuanians snag a couple of relics, they have such high attack on the Knights and Cavalier Paladins that you'd shred the Eagle Warriors, which would otherwise be very, very annoying for many civilizations. So yeah, Aztecs Lithuanians could be tough. That's probably one reason why Ensus isn't going Aztecs as well, because he's expecting Lithuanians, he wants a different civilization to deal with it. Malians Farimba heavy camels late game should also be able to do decent against Lithuanians with the full relics cash out. Oh, he missed it. How are they both missing these sheep? They're just casually passing by, but not close enough to convert them. Seems risky for Ensus to move out now, but maybe he's confident in the quick wall abilities here. Knights now with no relics still. Quick walls keeping the aggression out for now, keeping the gold safe. Henry doesn't have any ranged options here, but he could collect some stone or build a market if he doesn't already, and then just tower this gold, and then Ensus is basically out of gold here. Gold gets sort of denied regardless as well from this small holding behind this very, very awkward gold collection here for Ensus. Only 3 villagers collecting gold now. Extending to the side, to the backside there. I like that. Henry doesn't have that scouted yet. And Knights numbers are going to be an issue though. We have 23 Knights to 21 crossbows, and you never want to see these numbers if you are the crossbows player. Getting a few conversions in will help, but with 1 relic and that extra attack, Henry will just make quick work of the converted knight here. Just gonna dive in with the fully armored knights here, fully upgraded in fact. Even got that second attack upgrade. Should shred all of the crossbows, monks, anything here. Ensus with the panic monastery here. Also with, well, it's about to become a 2 TC play, but it's been a 1 TC Rush FC crossbows play here for the Malians. And GG obviously called here. Henry doesn't give Ensus a chance, and Lithuanians prove to be the OP pick on graveyards, at least when you have a good pond in the back of your base. Yeah, I've definitely play Lithuanians on this map myself. They're pretty darn solid on... It's playing into Lithuanian strengths, this map. It's as simple as that. Look at it. Did they both lose their scout here? That's probably the case. 0 military at some point. 28 8 KD, dominant. Ensus will be picking home map now. And if Ensus has been paying attention to the tourney development, Ensus will not want to be going arena home map, I think, even though Henry did lose against Gustavino on that map. Henry is a bit of an arena clown, but we'll see what the next game brings. I didn't actually check the order beforehand. Let's see the second one on Danube. Horse. Okay, this is called Necro Danube. It's Necro because it was used in Necropolis Grail Cup last year, a random map tournament that was carrying the Necropolis, like the graveyard spooky theme, and it was also played on fast speed. You were so sad you lost at the real game. Yeah, I can see how you would be. Just to make sure I'm done by the time I have an appointment to reach later today, so I'll speed through the Dark Ages a little bit here to be on the safe side. A little bit of sheep scouting going on here. How many sheep? 1, 2, 2, 4, 6, 7. But these are extra sheep. They're so far away. Henry says, I lose boar to TZ. Uh-oh. So some Dark Age action we'll have to pay attention to though. First boar, okay, let's see. Bam! Good job. That's why you shouldn't shoot the TC with the boar unless you're completely confident in it, but at least Henry here with the Britons will be able to compensate a little bit. Oh, don't shoot the second one. Don't do a... Who was that shooting 2 boars with TC? Not just 1, but 2 boars. Oh, I cast it the other day. That was a spectacular rip. Yeah, it was Jägerman. It was Jägerman in my 3v3 fighters tournament. Yeah, no, it doesn't. If you practice the boar killing with TC, it happens 1 out of 1,000 times. It's just not too much to worry about. Yeah, the pressure was too much, wasn't it? Seeding some early farms here has to do that to compensate for the 340 food lost from boar. And guess what? Ensus is rushing. And Henry is on point, of course. Actually didn't scout Ensus's base here, but they found the drush moving in. And now let's slow to see the action here. Ensus probably just assumes that the opponent is on this side. This map is based on the script of Highlands, by the way. There's probably less deep fish in the middle in the river. You can dock and you can use the river as usual, even if it's green. Ooh, good reaction by Henry here, by the way. Is keeping home base completely safe, making his own little hideout here on Necro Danube. Last bit of wall there just to be on the safe side. Ah, there's actually an opening to this side. Maybe Ensus is looking for that. Maybe he's looking for a way around the woodland. Might get lucky here, but Henry, I think Henry, yeah, he's gonna close it. He's gonna close it. I love the initiative though, just scouting around to see if, ooh, it might be open over here. And it bumps me a bit to see, not see players going for the middle in this map, in the water. I mean, yes, there aren't a lot of deep fish. There's only like, yeah, 1,500 food worth of deep fish. But it still collects quickly, and more importantly, if you have docks in the middle, you could use galleys, galleons, whatever, and demolition ships to control the crossing here so that the opponent can't easily reach your side. So it's not just for the fish, it's for the map control in the middle and to force the opponent to find a more creative way to get past, to put it that way. You'd have to force them into a dock that way, and they if you control the water, they can't really land you either. That's why Highland isn't played a lot, I think, in general, because it tends to lead to long stalemates. But Highland again has more fish. This map, I believe the fish has been intentionally diminished, so to speak. Ooh, forward range for the Indians here. Men-at-arms into archers for Ensus. So I thought it was the drush, but it's indeed was indeed. Or I mean, I guess since the militia are still intact in terms of hit points. Since the hit points are intact, might as well get men-at-arms and try to break through. My plan was simply to outrage Britain Expo if they did do it. And I'd use that to develop a bit better ego. Ah, okay. Fair enough. Defensive tower on the gold again. And keeping that main gold, that only gold, safe for Henry. Actually, very, very much needed this tower. And Ensus doesn't want to waste any army walking timer. Actually drops the forward range here with 2 villagers while he has the momentum. One of these lumber camps could be reached by archers in that tower, I think, or it's still shit. Yeah, they have some lag issues. They wrote me during the game as well that asking for some kind of resolution. Oh, bad lag. Yeah, it happens, man. I don't understand this forward tower by Ensus, but I guess it's about claiming the hilltop here. But it doesn't deny anything. I mean, you can't tower the gold, but you can still tower the berries and have some hill advantage. So maybe he doesn't see it. I definitely see the berries. Nah, but it's annoying to play with lag regardless. When it freezes. This was played before AoE 4 launch, so otherwise I'd say that the AoE 4 servers could have been an... I suspect AoE 4 is using the... I don't think it did, okay. Impact the result, no. Oh, Ensus is in! Ensus is in here, and he uses 240 villagers. No, he's not in. Yes, he is in. Yes, no, yes, no. Here we go. Men-at-arms, scouts, and archers inside enemy base. No fletching for the archers yet, though. Does he even have the range? Ah, yeah, GG. And I think we're playing the lag a little bit for this as well. Whether it impacted the outcome or not is some good forward pressure applied by Ensus here, don't get me wrong. But it can also be very tilting to have constant lag spikes and freezes, which, by the way, of course, impacted them both. So, second game ends at 16-18 here. Ah, yeah, the board messed up the start, of course. Makes sense. 3 kills for Ensus, enough to end the game here with the Indians. It's hidden sim pick, no reuse, by the way. So that's... oh, hold on, couldn't click up. Yeah, okay, so we just reached the resources. Missing the second building when they broke through here. Yeah. Good point, actually. Couldn't get up to the next stage. Build count quite equal here, and the APM chart showing lots of activity, especially for Ensus here. Let's have a look at the next game, which will be Henry's first home map. And surprise, surprise, it's Arena. And this is Necro Arena. It's based on an old Arena script. I'd say like Woobly or even HD script. So it's an older style. There's sheep outside. There could be hunt outside as well, but that's not the case for this one. Not the boars, but the deer. But they are inside, so that's fine. And because of these old map scripts, usually I allow laming in my tournaments, but because of these old map scripts tending towards unbalanced and unfair, I said no laming, don't steal sheep. 2, 4, 6, 8 sheep. So 4 sheep for each player outside. Which is funny. First player to scout outside for a sheep might actually, in theory, be able to grab 4 extra sheep here on Arena. But like I said, it's not going to be allowed to lame on this map. Yeah, this is weird sheep spawn, but that's 4 sheep. 4 inch, no. That's 3 sheep. He has to convert the last one. Think we're missing a couple of sheep over here. Maybe when the villager goes over here. You're so mine. Oh, that's why Henry isn't taking them in yet. Me? Oh! Mind games. Mind games. It's not Ensus's sheep. He's taken his 4 sheep already. What? See that? 5, 6, and it's already eaten a couple of sheep inside as well. Anyway, to the matchup here, we have Henry with the Burgundians and Ensus with the Teutons. So Teutons, superior cavalry here, even though they're lacking husbandry, which Burgundians got. Teutons have 2 extra melee armor in the Imperial Age for any melee unit, and also access to Paladin with Bloodlines, meaning more hit points, 20 more hit points on the Teutons Paladins. And Henry, are you ever... Yeah, you found a sheep. You scouted it by now. Nice. So, but Burgundians, good responses in the gunpowder units to Teuton's halberdiers, for example. And in general, good seals for the Teutons as well. Not... Yeah. Bomber cannons of the Burgundians, they lack siege engineers, but they have extra damage with the 25% extra damage, I think. Early double bit tax OP. Yeah, Burgundians' economy on Arena, of course, is ridiculous. That's a very early one, by the way, but who am I to judge? I'm sure there's some reasoning behind it. Has the... Wait, is that only 1 sheep? No, there's the other one. There's the other one. One of those was mine. Oh no, Ensus has been taking 1 sheep. Seem a bit confused here with the sheep. I sent it here. Alright, it is arena, so I'm again taking the liberty of a little bit of a fast forwarding here. Tends to be fat cattle more often than not. Monk Rush, not unheard of on Arena, but against Teutons I absolutely wouldn't recommend it. Even though Teutons don't get light cav, they have conversion resistance. So they would be quite annoying to be up against. Also, Burgundians, maybe not the best monks ever. Had to get Loom. It's a bit of idle TC time for both here, though. They're struggling a bit with transition. That's a lot of Teutons farms. All the way to the Castle Age here for Ensus. But if he had the Horse Collar in before them, I guess that's fine. Also for Henry now on the way to the Castle Age, because Burgundians, they get these upgrades earlier on. And got housed a bit too much, yeah. Explains the idle TC time then. I wonder what the plan is here. Henry wants to play map control here, by the looks of it, as getting the second scout out. Wants to snag those relics, which in... Oh, I'm not quite following the Burgundians changes anymore, but do they still get food from relics after the recent changes? I think they still get food from relics, but they don't get that gold trickle from farms anymore. Or it's the other way around, that they don't get food from relics. Yeah, forgot what happened to that bonus. Triple TCs for Answers here, so if Henry by any chance is planning a 1 TC push here, he's not. He's obviously going to boom. He's with boom Gundians here. Burgundy. But going to snag those relics for long-term gold income here. Team bonus is food from relics. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. And the unique tech still gives gold from farms. Because I thought they changed that somehow. But maybe they just changed the ratio a little bit. And we actually went for a light cav upgrade here. It's to more easily snipe monks, or is it because of the Teutons scouts having more melee armor? Must be some reason behind it. And also it's a half price on the stable text for the Burgundians, so might as well just get it. Chain was unique tech doesn't convert food into gold anymore. Gotcha, that's it. That's it. Okay, so farms still give gold for the Burgundians. Sometimes it's hard to follow the patch changes. Oh. Old man moving out here to snag more of the relics. That's about the most interesting thing happening in the game currently. Respect my opponent's strat that much. 4 TD boom. This is how I play Arena, guys. Though I'd prefer 5 TCs, of course. 3 on stone for Ensus here. Maybe he wants to get a defensive castle up as well. Wait, 5 TCs! Big boom for the Teutons here. And 5 TCs that also, I mean, it gives you an amazing economy when it starts kicking in, but it inevitably delays your Imperial Age by good margins. It's more costly to keep 5 TCs producing than 3. So Ensus apparently a big boomer boy here. And 29 farms up and running here and counting, so shouldn't have any trouble keeping the TCs producing here. I'm not hating it against the Burgundians, by the way, because Burgundians, they have such amazing economy. If you want to contest them, you might as well opt for a bigger boom. Henry now with 3 relics and Why is the monk going this way? Is it locked? Oh, there we go. He's getting that one. Okay, so now just needs to scout the last relic, which is probably over here somewhere. I have no idea where this old man is going, but maybe it's just going to be plain annoying here. Try to get some line of sight here to see what's going on over here. Yeah, it's just on a chill out in the corner here, isn't he? Could even convert the villager, actually. Or is that too far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ah, it's too far. $75 villagers for Ensus, 59, 60 for Henry here. They have similar... Wait, no wheelbarrow for Henry. You don't have a good boom, Henry. You don't have a good boom if you don't have wheelbarrow. Shame on you. Shame on you. Wheelbarrow boosts the farmers. Working great. So when you have a lot of farms, you want wheelbarrow as well to boost that. University now for the Teutons. I guess we're preparing for the Imperial Age here. The monastery is up for no reason whatsoever, since we didn't snag any relics. But could be useful for defensive. We should have made up for it. Yeah, maybe. I don't think the farm, the food gather rate of the relics is that significant. So Ensus here giving up the map control in favor of a bigger boom, out-booming the Broom Gundians here. 95 to 69 builders here, Henry going Imperial Age ahead of the Teutons here, but heading into the Imperial Age, Teutons should have a very strong economy to hold as well. 8 on stone now means a defensive castle might be in order here. Some potential conversion coming in here. 30 food per minute per relic. Yeah. I mean, it's a food boost. It's like 1 night every 2.5 minutes. Not too bad. This is so annoying when they do that. You stay outside of the walls with that superior range of the monk to try and convert villagers and just force garrisoning units like this. Doesn't do much damage when you have 100 plus villagers, of course. But still. So Arena is all about mind games because you can't really see what's going on the other side of the walls. Henry here with triple stables. The 4... it's per relic, you're right, yeah. 30 food. 120 food per minute. Yeah. Okay, maybe that ratio isn't all that bad after all. I wouldn't count on it to be too relevant here. Here comes Cavalier on the way to the Imperial Age for Henry, because he can. He is Burgundian, so he gets a discount on the stable upgrades, and also get Cavalier in the Catholic Age, so... Playing the Paladins against the Teutons here, it's sure attack shouldn't be expected when up against the Teutons that the Burgundians who play Paladins. Teutons have better Paladins. Teutons have way fantastic halberdiers to deal with it as well with their extra armor, and Ensus seems to have expected this to happen. He's already dropping the stables, expecting the stable play by the Burgundians here. So you're going to need a ridiculous master, but is instant paladin for Henry here with the magnificent boom that the Burgundians has going here after all. And queuing Cavaliers out of multiple stables. I don't know where all that food and gold just went there. Upgrades maybe. They're both on stone, 15 on stone for Henry, so yeah, this defensive castle, if Henry gets a castle and trebuchets out, that's not going to be doing too much for Ensus here, and still you could petard through over on this side if you're Henry, and you'd run in for some juicy raids regardless. Very passive play from Ensus here with Teutons. Too passive, maybe. Because Henry is the one with the armies here, significant armies. We have some spear pikemen out, yes, but Paladin is right around the corner for Henry here. He's going for the castle and the stone and gold to the sides here. We're going to get some crabs out maybe to deal with this. Both players in the Imperial Age, Ensus floating lots of resources here, but basically just making trash at this point. And didn't he even have a blacksmith? Why is he? It's the double blacksmith strat. He wants to double up on the upgrades research here, apparently. At this point you realized he had a way better room. Ah, I see. Well, that's annoying. And just claiming some map presence with the halberdiers out here now. It's and the paladins. Yeah, that's why you added the 4th DC to compensate for the eco defensors. Look at the resources here. Ensus isn't really spending them on anything else than trash, but maybe it's just conserving them for the later game here, hoping to defend and survive and get back at Henry here. Second treb, third treb in the queue as well. They're both queuing trebs here, but Henry with an advantage in the fight here. Second treb out a bit sooner. I wonder if this is rangeable with crenellations for the Teutons. Maybe not. I mean, Teutons helps are nice, but if Henry goes into chemistry and hand cannoneers here, the halberdiers will absolutely melt. I like how the trebs are trapped in the woodlands here. Oh, he could get... No way! How is that even possible? Nice repair micro here for Henry. Using a couple of paladins to the side here to snipe some stray halberdiers. And I think this castle goes down. Yep. Castle is down. So now the trebs could break the walls, and Ensus is in some troubles here. He's pumping out halberdiers, but the trebs should be dealing with some of the barracks, I think, after dealing with the other siege weapons currently on the field. Yeah. It's one trap down for Ensus. He's gonna lose another one. He doesn't drop another castle. Oh, the paladins are in. I guess they found a way through the gate then. Good raids for Henry here. Good damage done, getting the kills. 27 villagers killed. I didn't even notice these. I'm almost tempted to switch the colors here, but Henry really likes his orange, so maybe I shouldn't. So, paladin numbers, 38 paladins total here. Who cares about bloodlines when you have 38 paladins and the opponent doesn't have the held masses to deal with it? Decided to let the castle go so I could replace it forward. Oh well. It looks Halloween-y, pumpkin-y, indeed. So we will need the orange here. Maybe we'll switch Ensus' color instead and not give him the Viper yellow. Hand cannoneers are out, and you'll note Burgundians, they get extra damage on the hand cannoneers. So, certainly helps against the halberdiers here. Henry has lots of food and gold income regardless, though he's getting the last attack upgrade on the paladins as well, and as long as the halbs don't reach critical mass, Henry could also use the paladins to take out some of them in small groups. The halbs are eating paladins here. We need more hand cannoneers out now. Bomber cannon is out. Gonna help taking out buildings for sure. The base has been breached. And Ogedai 1 spams the skirmishers. Apparently he wants skirmishers to counter the hand cannoneers here. Teuton skirmishers. Not the strongest skirmishers in the game by any means. Happy birthday, Dennis. Ogedai 1 has birthday today. On Halloween. So I guess he's the spooky sort. Oh, talk about wasting paladins, but who cares when you have Burgundians equal to support it? It's good to have a birthday tournament dedicated to me. Yeah, exactly. Maybe we need to host the Battle of the Skirmishers tournament or something. Then this. So villager count is ahead for Henry now actually, but that's thanks be the 68 villagers killed here. Ensus has also been replenishing to some extent. Only skirmers allowed. Ouch. 2 lag. Impossible. Oldest excuse in the book, but there's it's South America versus Australia or some such here. So, like Henry said to me, there's no sadly there's no server in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. So, so obviously they will have lag issues. There aren't any good compromises. So they just have to work their way around it. Not ideal for Ansys, of course, but booming with 5 GZs in an Arena Wonders one, that's extremely greedy, and Henry did punish that. 10 to 1. Good strategical calls going into the hand cannoneers against the halberdiers as well, which means Teutons will need to go into some kind of response to that. For example, skirmishers like Ogday1 spammed in the chat. West US 2 isn't that bad usually. Okay, so maybe it's also local issues like computer for Ensus could be as well. Okay, the server was bad. Anyway, it's 2-1 to Henry. We're going to Ensus's home map again. The map pool consists of more Necropolis Grail maps like Moats and Putoberg, and I think there's another one, but let's go for game 4. We're going to Moat. Yeah, I actually remember the service being really bad and laggy. So the map is Moats, my friends. We're here with the orange and yellow players again. Henry with the Celts, Ensus with the Persians. It's hidden sim pick, no reuse. So they're bound to do stuff here. Ensus with the instant barracks. Instant rush for the Persians. I thought I was the only one doing that. Nice. Nice. Eat TC versus not eatable TC. Yeah. Persian TC is not edible. They have twice the hit points. It's gonna take a while. You wanted to... You meant to pick Turk, but you weren't able to. Here comes the first militia. So Ensus has upped his game here. He's been going for a rush in the first game and also in the second game on Danube. He didn't rush on Arena, surprisingly enough. But here comes the first militia to... I guess the idea is to deny walls on the other side here. Has to watch out for the wildlife though. So this is an adapted version of ES Moats, the custom map in Definitive Edition here. The ES Moats in general is much smaller here, way too easy to wall out the opponent, and no woodlines inside. Both players have woodlines inside, but as the disposition, it's really unfair here. It's 3 woodlines for Henry, it's 1 for Ensus. So if anything, Ensus could claim that Henry had a map win here. So let's see here. Let's see if this instant rush will deny the walls. Guess we won't be breaking through on that side. Henry keeps the scout over here, but he has to fight 2 militia to do so. So Ensus should be having some momentum here with the Persians' instant rush. Not too commonly seen. Like I said, I thought I was the only person doing that, but I guess I was mistaken. Viper did the pre-lumber camp rush recently with the Persians. Oh, nice quick wall. And just like that, Ensus' scout is more weakened than Henry's. And no loom for Henry yet. So that could be a bit of a concern here. Damage arguably done here through idling economy. And could also deny the second boar and some resources here. Boar killed by TC again? Again? What? Oh, you're right. What? What are you doing, Henry? Don't let the tournament jitters get to you that bad. Outwang! Two Huangs doesn't make one right, it seems. And I don't know if Enzo spotted that or not. Maybe he saw that DC got shot by the boar, I'm not sure. It's gonna take some time to recover here. Thankfully, Celts have a decent... Yeah, distractible quick walls make sense. Celts have a very decent boom and potential for farms because they do collect wood faster, even before you get to the lumber upgrades. But so annoying to deal with these extremely early militia. Henry the house now doesn't want to get more units popping in here. Now TC drop for Masterpiece. Instant rush into TC drop. Maybe that's the play. Maybe I'll have to try that after this game than this, and I do a 1v1 Arabia. Persian instant rush into TC drop. That would be something. I guess Enzo's got tired of not getting value from the rushes and Minotaur, so he went for the instant rush just to make sure he gets in before the walls. And damage definitely done here, forcing a... force loom of Henry here, unless Henry is on the way up, which is not the case. Fighting off with villagers here, and the rush is ended. Walls go up here, double walls in fact, and Celts. Killing boar not opting for the fast castle here, I presume, 2 on gold. Trapping the villager in between the walls here, nice. Thanks DE, nice villager pathing. Or maybe it's intentional, maybe she's has her own little outpost over here. Guard woman. Guard woman. Well, finally there's time for Henry to scout the opponent's side here and finds the barracks. Well, we know what came out of that one, so no surprise. And eat TC fire. Bam! Guess that scout was doomed to die anyway. 2 lumber camps on this mini woodline. And since you have the map control by now, why not just move out and take a more chunky one while you're at it? It's got a long distance hunt the deer here, which I like. Feudalage on the way, beating Henry handily to it. Because guess what? Henry is missing 340 food from losing the boar to the TC. So, Celt TC eat boar. Village is in for answers here. Is there extra deer on the map? There should be some extra deer, yeah, but they're quite far away. They're out in the field. Lots of extras on Mongols. Shouldn't be half bad here. Extra boars, extra deer. Cannot explain anything that happened in this game in such a meme. How is this guy still alive, by the way? Wait, what? So Ensus, after the successful rush, he's decided he wants to wall out Henry here. And a tower, because why not? Now you can't dock here, it's too narrow. You could dock this one for a fish boom though. Forward range for the Persians. Here comes the Black Forest game. Black Forest with a twist, I guess, because... Or I mean, you can, probably. Again, trapping the freaking villager. Why? Did he want to go down to tower fire or whatnot? Well, we're tower rushing an empty woodline here, that's something. Blacksmith Market for Henry. He's gonna go Castle Age here, and then he'll have the Celtic Faster Mangonels to take down this tower and maybe the walls outside. Double ranges from the Persians, not the most common opening, especially not since crossbows are essentially free gold-wise for the Persians once you get to a castle, and the unique technology Kamandarand, so-called trash bows. So Henry want a defensive castle maybe. He's going pretty heavy on the stone here. Woe Traders hype. So this seems to be the slowest game this far. It's really on the slow-paced end of the scale. Oh, he dead. But that bastard he killed a. Why is there a deer all the way over here? Did he kill all of the deer? No, I think Henry milled some of the deer here. Oh, guess I'm not awake enough to keep up with the action here. Ah, that's right. The militia could scout inside of here. So good tactical decision then, I guess, to take out the militia, disallowing scouting information from Ensus here. And Ensus apparently thinks it's Saracens here, trying to break down through the house with feudal age archers here. Yeah, he's gonna stay feudal age for a while. Extended feudal age, luring the neutral boars over here, taking this jolly good time to set up the eco while Henry is in the castle age, and boom comes the castle. Yeah, I don't understand the archers from yellow, because there are already walls here, and you should assume that Celts somehow will be going to the castle age as well. Does he see the castle? Yeah, he sees the castle. Can't do anything about it unless he gets... Now he has fletching actually. Alright, you're castle dropping at home, do you? Let's just force you to... Let's just not allow you to escape here. This is the downside of the tweak that's been done to ES modes here. Henry has 3 woodlands inside of the base, he has gold, he has stone. He's not going to struggle anytime soon. If this were the standard DE modes map, Henry would be screwed, because there wouldn't be woodlands, there would only be like 5 strategy trees, there would be gold and stone, but that's about it. There would barely even be food for Castle Age. Here comes Black Forest, said Ogedai 1, and he was on point. I feel like this deserves a tiny bit of fast forward here, unless Henry breaks through. Oh! Celt eats stone walls. And ranges. I think. Why is Ensus not in the castle age yet? It's up now. What did this push give Ensus? It's buying time to stonewall Henry out here. Here comes the ram as well to break through more easily here. What's going on here? Random market, he wants to trade in the corner here apparently. That's going to tweak the resources into whatever. Want some cavalry maybe to deal with the Celt siege here. It's Black Forest anyway, yeah. Persians not exactly capitalizing on the boom potential here. But the second TC now coming up for Ensus, and has a builder lead though, as Henry has a slight bit more idle this time. Stonewall's at home now, to keep the moat at home very safe. There's still like a couple thousands of wood here to be taken. Stones. Rip ranges, no trash bows for you. And a semi-forward siege workshop for Henry here to push with the mighty Celt siege here. 3 mangonels out already, and with the faster firing rate, should help to eat Persian's thesis. What am I doing? We're sending mangonels out unprotected. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's got to focus on mangonels with feudal age archers here. Oh, come on! Ah, finally, get the splatter there. Yeah, you could have been there before you stonewalled. Scorpion maybe or something to deny the walls, just to have a battle. Yeah, one Scorpion in mix is good, right? Exactly. But 4 Celts Mangonels, they're gonna make quick work of the Persian. Persians don't get fortified wall, by the way. So if Ensus had a university here, he couldn't take fortified wall to get safer behind this. Doesn't see the outside DC here, but if the main gate base gets breached here, of course Henry is going to do some significant damage regardless. He's going to open up furthermore here with the ram to allow the mangonels to enter. Where's that? It's not producing anything more. Where's Ensus's military? It's making 1 mangonel. That's what Ensus is doing here. Oh, Wold Raider. Nice. Pikes, Wold Raiders, mangonels here. Not your most standard Huang side player, but we have the siege. 1 Woad to rule them all. Yeah, good luck with that castle. Except it's not the yellow one, it's a purple one. I think it might go up. There's a bit of army here to defend it. That's too passive, that castle. Come on. Oh, imagine if it started building that. Alright. 3 mangonels. 2 rams. I think this is going to be a lot of dead villagers for Ensus here. And that castle might just not go up here. Oh, nice mangonel. 2. Oh, was it? Oh, it was only 1. Looked like that 2 for 1 shot there. 1 for 2 shot. But not quite the case. Ensus, 43 villagers ability count is the same here. But Ensus taps out. Didn't see any GG here. But he taps out. Game is won. Henry is the Halloween Cup champion. And yeah, Celts to win the game here. I guess Ensus could still boom his way back into it here because he did have 2 theses outside in the field, and the eco situation is similar, but of course he would be losing a lot here. A lot. He will be losing 20 more villagers. Finishing with a big old messy game here. Let's have a look at the stats. Very late to the eco upgrades here, even for Ensus. Late castlage, late eco upgrades. Not really favoring. I didn't understand the archers play there. That's really weird. But who am I to judge? 26.5 KD. Nasty, nasty, nasty. And eco actually ahead for the Celts in the end. Instant rush from the Persians. You couldn't actually do that because Persians started 50 extra wood and food. GDs.